This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence. Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another thrift flip video. I'm so excited to show you the two pieces I'll be transforming in this video. Both are made up of the most incredible fabrics and both have elements that I absolutely love. They're just not quite my style, so I'm really excited to transform them into some dream pieces for my wardrobe today. So here are the two items I'm going to be transforming in this video. Like I said, both of these items are made up of the most incredible fabric, and I still can't believe I managed to find both of these pieces on the same day. I found this dress in the children's section after the fabric caught my eye, and there is just so much to love about it. The puffy sleeves are already exactly my style, and the gathered neckline is also really amazing and something I want to keep in the new design. And this skirt is made from the most beautiful beige gingham, and according to the label it's 100% cotton, which is just such a find. It is a bit big on me, so I'm going to have to alter it, and it also has a weird slit at the front which just isn't my style at all. I do love the ruffled detail though, so I am hoping to implement something like that in the new and improved version. So let's start by transforming this child's dress into something a bit more wearable. First, I'm going to fix up the neckline by removing this bright orange ribbon. Like I said, I do love the gathered neckline of this dress, so I'm going to replace the ribbon with some elastic to hopefully keep the gathered look. I start by measuring a length of elastic that's the same size as the gathered neckline. I then remove the ribbon from the dress. Next, using a safety pin, I thread the elastic into the ribbon casing. And then stitch the two ends of elastic together with a zigzag stitch. The elastic creates the gathered neckline that I love, while still being able to pull the dress over my head easily. So to make this dress a little bit more my style and something I'll actually wear, I've decided to make it into a blouse. While wearing the dress, I use a tape measure to figure out how long I'd like the blouse to be, adding a good 5 centimeters or 2 inches for hemming later. I then mark out this measurement directly onto the dress using my water erasable pen and a ruler, and then cut along this line to remove the excess fabric. Next, I need to take the blouse in slightly just because it was an overly A-lined type of dress, so there is quite a bit of extra fabric in the blouse. So I simply pinned and stitched the sides of the blouse on an angle like this. And then once stitched, I trimmed away the excess fabric with my overlocker. Now it's time to hem the blouse, and I'm actually going to create a casing for some more elastic to make a puffed hem top, similar to my favourite gingham blouse that I wear all the time. I do this by pressing the raw edge in by about 1 centimeter or half an inch, and then folding and pressing it in another 2 centimeters or an inch. I then stitch the hem in place, making sure to leave a small opening to be able to thread the elastic into the casing. Next, I take the elastic and wrap it around my waist until it fits around me comfortably but not too tight, and then cut it at that point. I then use a safety pin again to thread the elastic into the casing. Once thread through, I stitch the two ends of elastic together with a zigzag stitch, and then stitch the casing closed. Now all that's left to do is hand stitch the opening at the neck edge where the ribbon used to be threaded closed. And my adorable gathered blouse is complete. I love the transformation of this dress. I just think as a blouse I'm going to get so much more wear out of it, and I love that I've been able to keep the original neckline and puffy sleeves. I think as a blouse it's just way more my style, and I love how it looks paired with my favourite high-waisted cord skirt. Before we get into the next thrift flip, let's take a moment to talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. I'm so excited to be working with Squarespace for this video, as I've personally been using the platform for the last 5 years to run the Rosery Apparel website and online store. And believe me when I say they make creating a beautiful website so stress-free and easy. There are so many different beautiful templates to choose from, and whether you want to create a website, online store, portfolio, whatever sort of online presence you need, they'll have the perfect template for you. Each template can be easily customized to suit your brand and style, and you can change anything from the color and the fonts to the layout of the website with just a few clicks, no coding needed. One of my favorite things about Squarespace is that I can sell my patterns securely with no limit to the amount of products I can sell, and there are no hidden costs or fees, as Squarespace doesn't take any percentage or commission of what I sell, which is super handy for a small business like mine. If you'd like to create a beautiful website of your own, then head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/rosaryapparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Next up, let's fix this amazing gingham skirt. Like I mentioned before, the weird slit at the front's just not my style at all, but I do love the ruffled detail of the hem, so I would love to implement that into the new design. Also, it is a little big for me, so I'm going to need to alter it a bit to fit my size. Even though I do love a good midi length skirt, I'm actually going to change this skirt up to be a mini skirt instead. So while wearing the skirt, I use a tape measure to measure how short I'd like the skirt to be. I then take the measurement up another 10 centimeters or 4 inches, as I plan to add a ruffled hem to the skirt. Then, using my water erasable pen and my measuring tape, I mark out this measurement directly onto the fabric. I did the same on the back of the skirt, but instead of cutting on the measured line, I'm actually going to cut along this dipped seam here, just to add a little bit of extra fabric at the back to accommodate for my butt. I then cut along the line and the seam to create a mini version of the skirt. And the ruffled hem has now been removed, and I popped it to the side to use again later. Next, I turned the skirt inside out and tried it on, and as you can see here, it is pretty short, but I will be fixing that in a second. I then pinned in the sides as much as I could to make it fit my waistline better. Then I measured how much fabric I'd pinned on each side, which ended up being about 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches. Then I take one half of the back and fold it in half. And then from the folded edge, I place a pin at the 4 centimeters or 1.5 inch point. Next, I measured 15 centimeters or 6 inches from the top of the skirt and marked this point. And then I created a dart from this point to the first pin. Then I repeated this for the other side. By creating these darts, I'm able to take in the skirt nicely without adding bulk to the side seams and without ruining the original construction of the skirt. I simply stitch the dart in place, starting at the point without backstitching and sewing at an angle to create a triangle shape. Then I tie up the loose threads at the point of the dart into a double knot and then press the dart flat. So as you can hopefully see, the lining and the original construction of the skirt is still nicely intact, and the dart has taken in the fabric I pinned at the side seam to alter the overall fit of the skirt. Next, I take the ruffle that I removed before, and from the hemmed edge I measure 15 centimeters or 6 inches along the entire length. Once measured, I cut the length of fabric out. This will become the ruffled hem of the new skirt. The remaining fabric from both of these projects are going into my scrap stash, and I'm sure you'll see them again in a new 10-minute sewing projects video soon. Next, I change the stitch length of my sewing machine to the longest possible setting, and then I sew 2 rows of gathering stitches along the non-hemmed edge of the fabric. Then I simply gather up the fabric by pulling on the gathering threads until the length of fabric is approximately the same size as the bottom edge of the skirt. I then sew the gathered ruffle into a loop, and now it's time to pin the ruffle to the bottom of the skirt. Once pinned in place, I then stitch the ruffle to the skirt and then neaten up the raw edge with my overlocker. Lastly, I give the ruffle a good press with my iron, and my new ruffled miniskirt is complete. I could not be happier with how this skirt has turned out. I think it's a huge improvement from the original skirt, and unlike anything else I have in my wardrobe currently. And I think paired with my orange turtleneck, it's going to be the perfect autumn outfit. Lastly, because I love a bit of print-on-print action, here is a look at both of the items worn together. This outfit gives me huge Princess Highway vibes, and as that's one of my favourite brands, I'm going to take that as a win. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that it inspired you to have a go at transforming some of your recent thrift finds. I feel so lucky to have found these items with the most beautiful fabrics, and I feel like with just a few changes I have some beautiful pieces for my wardrobe, and I'm just so excited to wear them. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to come find me on Instagram at Rosery Apparel and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. Have a lovely day and thanks for watching.